The new Master Duel ban list is here. Shout out to Master Duel Guide for the beautiful graphic. And this ban list is actually much bigger and more impactful, I feel, than the last one. Last ban list was basically nothing. It didn't do anything. A lot of weird hits. This one, at least, you know, some hits are gonna have impact. Now, is it perfect? No, but it's better than what we had previously. So let's get into the card by cards. First of all, Knight Assailant. This card basically came out a decade, billion years ago. Not even a decade, 2 decades. Wow. And then it broke the game, and then it got hit, and then errata, and then it got off, and it was still an issue. Weird card. Basically, we can forget all about it. Then we have the tanky search spell. So this is a slight hit to Zodiac. I don't think this is like the most impactful hit. Again, they're trying to be very, very careful here. And then they have skill drain to 2. And once again, it's like a weird hit. Like, do you want cards like this to be legal or not? Because right now, oh, I went from 3 to 2. Now I'll just play more Summon Limit, more Gozen Match, more Rivalry, more Tikaboo. This is just one less Floodgate replaced by another Floodgate. Is it a very toxic one? For sure, but you know, I feel like I would like to see a harder stance on this. Either you want them in the game or you don't. But 2? Kinda weird. Then we have Salamangreat Gazelle to 2. I think this came from 1. Is this like enough of a buff to make Salamangreat a meta strategy? I don't think so. We have Multi-Faker to 2. Okay, I don't think that by itself is enough to really have major impact either, but it is what it is. I guess some people will be happy. Fusion Destiny to 1. Now, this is a funny one. We know a lot of people are splashing DPE into literally anything. You know, Destroyer, Phoenix, Enforcer, incredible. The issue is, we have Fusion Destiny to 1, but Celestial to 0. And we still have Verte Anaconda. So it doesn't matter how many copies of Fusion Destiny you have. Obviously, it's better to have more copies, but like, if you want to play DPE in your deck, you still can with this card. If this hit is enough to not make you want to play it, then what does this hit do? So it's kind of a weird one here. I'm not so sure what to think of that one, but okay. Then we have Meow Meow to 1. So we saw a very similar thing in a TCG with Prank Hits. At first, it was, you know, unlimited, whatever. Then it came to 1, and that made Prank Hits a whole lot weaker. But then the Brave stuff came out, and that made Prank Hits a whole lot stronger. Here in Master Duel, the timeline was a bit different. Does Meow Meow to 1 make the deck weaker? Sure, but will it still be a powerhouse? Absolutely. However, the second you ban this card, the archetype is dead. That's what we saw so far. Then we have Prosperity to 1. Now, I will say, Prosperity is an incredible Yu-Gi-Oh card. I even made a tweet the other day saying Prosperity is the best card in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. I do like to say that often though, so take that with a pinch of salt, but it is truly an incredible card. You basically get to see 6 cards of your deck if your extra allows for it, and very often people are more than happy to make that sacrifice. So it is very strong. It is a indirect hit to Fluanderies as well. There's not that many decks right now playing Prosperity in Master Duel, even though a lot of them probably should. So I don't know. I just find this a bit of a weird hit to 1 personally. In the TCG it's at 3. Okay, if that's your flu hit, cool. They'll just run the other pots. Like, they're already on Duality. I think they were playing like 3 Duality, 3 Prosp, and then 1 Extravagance or something like that. So now they just flip it. Now it'll be 3 Duality, 3 Extravagance, 1 Prosperity. Something along those lines, you know. This is probably not the flu hit people think it is. But of course, you know, flu loved running this card. Then Crossout Designator to 1. A bit of an odd one because we had 2 called by and we had 2 crossouts. Now we have 1. So that gives us 3 spells to use against Maxi and then 3 Ash to use against Maxi. So you have 6 cards to beat Maxi. And that's essentially what Master Duel is all about. Can you beat Maxi, or do you not give a fuck about Maxi? And then after that, you need to worry about the rest of your deck. Also, this does make the card much weaker in the sense that if you were playing Crossout as an anti-hand trap to like play other hand traps around it as well, like you played like 1 Nibiru, 1 this, 1 that, just to dodge them with Crossout, now that is completely not worth it anymore. Like, you're not gonna play 1 of hand traps just to turn on your 1 Crossout. A really good hit, however, is Gossip Shadow Band. So this should finally kill the Rongo Bongo FTK type of decks, all those Danger Warrior, Dark, whatever spam decks. You know, if you can no longer Gossip Shadow into Rongo Bongo, the strategy is no longer that disgusting. You know, it's no longer a thing to fear. Then we have Celestial Band. So as I said before, this is basically to make the Verte Anaconda Fusion Destiny package less impactful. This is essentially making it so that even if you do make a DPE out of Verte, it doesn't turn into a pot of greed. Like, you don't get to draw 2 just by running this. And this does make DPE be a lot less interesting in my opinion. Like, people always say this DPE is like broken, and yeah, it's like it comes back, it's a floater, it hits your opponent's stuff, but you're playing 2 bricks for it, and now you only have 1 payoff spell, and now you don't even get your draw 2. If I were playing the TCG right now and these were legal, and I had to choose between Dragoon payoff with a Verte or DPE payoff with a Verte, assuming Verte would be legal, I would probably start looking towards Dragoon, which is weird, right? But, you know, without a draw 2, just a floater might not actually be that good anymore. You know, again, because you're running the bricks for it. Which package would you start running instead of this? Like, maybe if you're a dark spam deck, you still want to play 2 malicious, and that way you can choose, like, either you mill malicious at some point, and then you can play, you know, malicious stuff, or you get access to a DPE. Something like that I could see happening, but I do not see people playing a DPE package anymore in, like, any random deck, because without a draw 2, playing the bricks starts getting a little less nice. Then we have Vanity's Emptiness, a very toxic floodgate, finally gone. Very, very nice. It's especially nice because it was like a Saki one-off, but that Saki one-off won games by itself, so now that that's gone, that's very good. Similar story for Imperial Order, just get all of those out of here. It was ridiculous that it was still legal. Next up, Anti-Spell. And then finally, we have True King of all Calamities, so you're no longer gonna get Calamity locked out of the game. Virtual World was still doing that. I don't know about any other strategy though, but you know, whenever you have Calamities legal, there are gonna be random decks that suddenly start doing this and then just lock you out of playing. Similar to Rongo Bongo, but of course a fair bit worse. Overall, like I said, this list definitely better than what we had before. However, I still have big worries in this one, because if you notice, where's the Hulk Auroradon hit? You know, do you want everyone to just play the Worm Brave spam decks? Now, of course, Brave just came out. I'm not saying we should instantly nuke Brave, but the Worm spamming was already like arguably best deck in format. Actually, let me know if you want me to make a list about the best decks right now. And then now suddenly you didn't do anything to like Sword Soul and the Tenyi Worm Brave spam Auroradon strategy. I don't know about this one. I don't know. Of course, better list for sure, but there's still a lot of questions I have overall. Hope you found this interesting. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you soon. Ciao.